Quote, the 7 modern sins: politics without principles, pleasures without conscience, wealth without work, knowledge without character, industry without morality, science without humanity, worship without sacrifice. End quote. Canon Frederick Donaldson. Quote, I want a busy mind, a just life, and a timely death. End quote. Zora Neale Hurston. Quote, free your mind and your ass will follow. End quote. George Clinton and the Funkadelics. When I think about education, I can't write a poem. Somehow, metaphor, simile, imagery, all the literary devices used to make something sound better fall away, and I'm left with a lump in my throat, a faster beating heart, tears. Being reminded of the empowering force of a free thinking and feeling open mind takes me back to all of the conversation I had with Grandpa, who had to drop out of school in the 8th grade because he couldn't see. It was during the Depression, so his father was working for food, and Grandpa needed to work too to help the family. Grandpa thought that with enough common sense as a foundation, nothing was more important than a good education. Not money, not the things you buy with it, not fame. I think about all the mornings Mama got up at the crack of dawn to earn sub pay at a local laundry, burns up both arms like tattoos from hot dryers, sore feet, and sweated out hair from spending her days washing other people's clothes. When I think about education, I think about the 2 teachers I had who told me I was a poet, that I could do anything I set my mind to, that I could fly if I wanted to. I think about the other teachers who've become one memory I try to forget. The ones who told me I couldn't speak proper English, who ignored my constantly raised curious hand. The few who gave me lower grades I didn't earn. When I think about education, I think about ancestors who lost their lives, were beaten and maimed for learning to read. All the things my ancestors went without in the South after slavery to build their own schools, some promising wages they never earned, all the little money they had, freedom labor. I think about the Little Rock Nine, 9 Black students who faced down government officials, the Klan, violence, and hatred to integrate an Arkansas school for a chance at an unseparate and equal education. I think about the fact that the majority of urban public schools are resegregated today. Why? When I think about education, I think about all the future educators in this country. Choosing the path of any aspect of education is like becoming a part of a huge, sacred trust. Except instead of property, you'll have an opportunity to influence the rich young minds and emotions of people. Educators are directly involved in all other disciplines, professions, and trades because everyone who learns to do anything learns to do it with our help. This means it's important to give this opportunity your best effort, to learn the value of empathy, compassion, love, and social justice so you can help facilitate this development in people you will encounter. Too often, people focus on economic power, the power of owning and controlling everything. But unlike education, economic power can be lost, usurped, and taken away. Unlike owning things, owning your own mind is a forever love affair that doesn't end until your physical self moves on to what the late Dr. Najee Muhammad called the next transition. A free mind guides a free spirit, a consciousness able to interpret the world from a position of intelligence. Education is freedom. Educators are like the guides through the Underground Railroad. We help build communities of learners using mutual respect, reciprocal learning, caring, and sharing as the code words for the song we sing over and over, our mantra, an ongoing, always learning labor of love that uses everything we know to inspire others to think using their imagination and intellect, to learn all they can, about all they can, whenever they can, to pass it on like my ancestors moved from secret place to secret place, risking everything for one of the most important things worth pursuing. Quote, I sit on a man's back choking him and making him carry me, and yet assure myself and others that I am very, very sorry for him and wish to lighten his load by all possible means, except by getting off his back. End quote. Leo Tolstoy. Each educator, informal or formal, represents the future of education. Become a part of a movement that started centuries ago in the Americas and around the world, the movement for freedom for all people. As educators, I hope you use your intellectual power to help get those who have colonized the world off the back of the oppressed, the have-nots, the folk at the bottom. All races, ethnicities, and classes of people deserve a chance at reaching what the singing group The Temptations called the unreachable star of their own life dreams. Peace.